Hello, everybody. Good morning. Couldn't sleep. Thought I would do some Minecraft today. Been working on setting up some stuff with my Stream Deck, so I may be doing some different things while we play today. But yesterday I worked on getting these villagers over. I'm going to continue with that. For a minute, I'm going to work on clearing out this last little section here while I think about what I want to do. So we're bringing these villagers over for our iron farm, which we're going to build probably in this corner up here, I think. Big mess. Let's turn on chunk borders. I'll clear out another chunk. Don't have too much left to do. Clear this all out, but I'm just going to do a little bit of it while I work on stuff and organize everything, get my thoughts together before we get started today. I'm working on getting things set up so I can do things like manage ads and stuff from my Stream Deck. So I'm testing some of that stuff out. What I want to do... I don't want to do that. It'll log me out of all my... Of course. Bear with me. Let's... One thing I need to do is update my title. I thought I did that. Sometimes this docs and stuff in my OBS don't work. I'm thinking about changing up to try and other streaming software, so I might work on that tomorrow. Doesn't seem to be doing what I want it to do. I'm gonna refresh the channel. That fixed that. test chat. Okay, good. So the Twitch chat comes through pretty quickly. Is what I want. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to try to run an ad from my deck. Good. So there's not a lot of delay for that. Cool. So I'm going to leave that up so I can test with it. Oh, now I gotta let the ad run out, but that's fine. I can sort that later. The idea is I want to be able to control when I run ads so that when I'm taking a break, I can run an ad at the same time, and that way minimize how much content people are missing when they are forced to watch ad break. I want the ads to be as inobtrusive as possible. So what I need to do is build a platform here for where we're going to have the villagers parked and get them up there, put their beds in place, get the platform for where we're going to be growing food, get that put in place, and then get a zombie in place, and then this will be done. It won't take too long to do. Hopefully I can get it done in this one stream. It should be no problem. It has been a while since I made one of these, but I'm pretty sure I can handle figuring it out. Probably it's going to be very similar to what I've done before with Impossible design, or at least the design I got from Impossible. I hesitate to say when it comes to iron farms, villager stuff, whose design it is, because there's thousands of designs out there, and I don't know who did it originally. I'm not trying to offend anyone or not give the right credit. All I can say is I have watched tutorials from Impulse, but there's a lot of people who have contributed to the that particular type of farm. Let's put away some stuff. And it should have one of the hooks in it. This one. And I'm putting the lectern 2 and the regular books. Anything else book related? They're all empties. Cool. Okay. And then which one has my wood? Awesome. One of the things I'm trying to test and figure out is I'm using the Elgato official Twitch integration thing on the Stream Deck, and when I run the ad, it then has a timer on it. I'm not quite sure I understand how those timers work, what they do. Of course, log me out. I think that having multi-factor authentication is very good. I don't want anybody to get into my account. I also feel like it's really annoying. Ideally, what I want to have set up is I want to have a button that runs an ad, and then when that ad is done running, it gives me a timer on how long it has been since I last ran that ad. But I don't think that's how that button works. It has a timer on it. It's counting down for 3 minutes. I think that's the time before I could run another one. Theoretically, I need to wait 3 minutes before I run another 3-minute ad. I'm definitely not going to run an ad 3 minutes after I ran my last ad, but eventually I want to make it so that when I need to go do a be right back for like a 5-minute time, I can have a single button that I press. It'll switch my scene to be right back. It will start the ad roll, and then it'll reset a timer that tells me how long it's been since the last ad's finished. Because then when I'm streaming on a long stream, I'd like to do an ad every 90 minutes or so, which is about when I need to take a break too. And so I can just kind of double that up and do it all at once. In theory, still learning. I've only owned the Stream Deck for 2.5 years. About time I learn how to make it work. Other thing I want to do tonight is I'm gonna log into YouTube. I'm gonna bring up my stream. The delay from YouTube is a lot longer than the one from Twitch for the chat. It's a good 20 seconds. And that's not ideal, but it is. I think it's just the price of doing multi-streaming. But I have it in my list of notes from the day of that is something I want to do some research on, see if there's a better alternative. I want to continue to do the multi-streaming. I'd like to actually expand it, maybe do some other platforms too in the future. But I don't want it to be a negative kind of thing. So let's take some of these. And what we're going to do is let's see, turn on the spawn chunker. just want to mark out the first chunk here in the spawn chunk so that I know, without having the border turned on, where the edge. Interesting. The connect texture thing works on the bricks too. Oh, I see. So when I have a block next to one, it finishes this section of the brick, so it looks like the brick goes over into the stone. It's kind of cool. Looking for an andesite. Are you telling me in all this time I've been mining this up, I only found one little piece of andesite? Kind of crazy. Oh no, I probably put it over in this other chest. Do I have andesite in here? There's some. There's some. And I think I just want to use regular andesite. I don't really like the look of the polished andesite, but let's see how distinct it is from the stone. I think it looks too close. All right, let's do the polish. Yeah, there we go. Now I can alternate the chunk outline. So I can look and see without having all this stuff overlaid. I can see this chunk and this chunk and then that chunk and then the other 6 are all part of this one. Cool, cool. Okay. I don't want to keep digging because I want to get stuff built, because ideally I want to get the iron coming, and then I will work on digging while I have iron being fed. So what I need to do is get just the first platform in place. And let's grab the things I need. I need some beds. And that's okay, because I have wool here. I actually think I took all the wool I had out of here, and it's over at the other place. Let's see if I have any in here. I probably don't. That is okay, because I have... Then I need to get some wood. And I can craft a few beds. I need... 3 of one color. 2 of another. That'll do. And so, trying to think of how I'm gonna do the water tunnels. If I start it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I'm trying to remember the best way to start this. Let's go up like right here. I want to be 8 blocks up above the ground. And then this hole is going to be like this. I think this is too far on this side. Work from that corner. Uh, Align the border. Let's do it like this. So if I put water here, and I want it to flow to the edge of that, water's going to flow 8 blocks. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. And next is I do want to go him on the side. Or you. 2, 3, 4. This is 8 blocks. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so that'll be the thing. We should actually outline it. Let's do it. This. We're actually gonna have stairs on the edges, what I've done in the past. I don't think I'll need the water. I mean, I don't think I'll need the sign to set up the way I'm trying to do it. I think I'm making this bigger than how I've done in the past. We'll see. We'll see what I have to do. And now I want to do the same thing over here. I want to go 8 blocks away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then number. And the same thing in the corners. I'm gonna go up like this. And now I need to put this in. Gotta be careful to make sure I'm sleeping early enough because I have this villager sitting over here, and I don't want zombies coming over and turning him into a zombie villager until I get him in his place. Leave that off for now. That goes right to the edge, and then if I put one up on top of here, it extends that over the edge, which is what I want. Cool, cool, cool. And now I need to do... That's wool. I want. Gotta go 8 blocks from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I'm gonna do brick. So there. There. Then I take these bricks out. That should make the water all flow to this central point even. On this side, it's off by one. That's frustrating. Very, very frustrating. But that's alright. All it means is I have to bring this side in by one. Did I count that wrong? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, because it's supposed to include the wall, and I didn't. Okay. Do it this way. We'll go through. This will get rid of the water. Then take this edge off. Have all my bricks. I'm not going to be able to reach up there. Oh, I also just realized I probably want to put a section of slabs there. That's going to be annoying to do. Just remembered in my later designs I made it so that, shouldn't say my designs, I didn't design it, but my tweaks to the design, I've made that the bricks on the bottom 2 layers thick so I don't have the dripping water. So what do I want to do? Go along, get rid of this part. It really wouldn't matter that much, but it's going to bother me that this is smooth stone or stone when it should be stone bricks. It also bothers me that that's called stone now, and it used to be called smooth stone, and that bothered my brain. Because now there is a smooth stone. Then I need to do the same on this side. So I like the way I set up this timer system. So basically what I did is I just put the add button on my Stream Deck. And I have a 32 button Stream Deck. So like I have plenty of buttons. So I have a button for the add, and then I put a stopwatch next to it, which I just press when I start it. So basically I hit the add, and then as soon as I hit the add, I hit the stopwatch too. So now the add button's ready for me to hit again. And the timer next to it says 34 minutes. So I know it's been 34 minutes since the last time I manually ran an ad. And I know that means it turns the pre-roll off for an hour. Well, 63 minutes when I run a 3-minute ad. So for 1 hour after my ad finishes, we don't have pre-roll ads going because the ad obligation has already been met. So if I look down and that timer is over 60 minutes, I know it's a good time that I could run an ad, because that will make it so we don't need to run ads again on the channel when people come in. We've already met the obligation. Keep up with my partnership agreement. All right, cool. So now the stone brick texture goes the whole way around the bottom. Ring like I want. Like I said, I'll probably climb up there and then put half slabs on the bottom just to prevent the water dripping. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Oh no! No! That's a disaster. Need some dirt to fix this problem. Because of this, that's where I messed up. And on this side too. The reason we put 3 down here is to mark off that we're not putting water sources in there. Because when we do, it creates a corner where an infinite source can be made. And then all of these blocks get turned into infinite sources. Which is not what we want. We want sources around the ring and flowing water all on the inside. That's good, and we need to continue the water over on this side. And then we can put water source up there when we're... So there, we're good now. All the blocks are in the right places. I can remove all this dirt. We shouldn't create any new water sources because there's nowhere where there's a corner where the water sources meet. Oh crap. Almost did. And if we did things correctly, what we should have, yeah, is the water hanging right over these stairs. And I found that the stairs were the best thing for me to get the golems to fall down through and the villagers. The golems weren't too much of a problem, but the villagers sometimes would hang on the edge. And since they're both falling down the same thing, I wanted to make it that way. And then this water in the corner here, I'll demonstrate it on this one. If I just take these blocks out, we end up with water that flows this way. But if we leave those temporary blocks in and then we place them, then we take those out, now we have water here in the corner that flows inward. So anything that falls down in here will flow that way. But we need to have blocks like this. That way, corner flows in. You could also leave these blocks underneath. It wouldn't cause any problems. But I just like having nothing but water or block there. Or water in that corner. I'm fairly certain that this layout is something that Impulse himself came up with, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I saw it on his channel, and I steal it every time because it's beautiful. The way to create a flowing box without anything too fancy. So next thing is the actual farm itself. I think this is good. I can't remember if I have to be up at least 6 or 8 blocks. I'm going to go with 8 just to be sure, because I know too higher isn't going to matter, but lower could cause problems. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think I might be best if I look that part up, because I'd hate to build it and then have to redo it. I am glad I looked. Oops. It is not 6 or 8. It is 3 blocks up. And I was thinking it needs to be 6 up from the ground so that we're not close enough to the ground that golems will spawn underneath. But here we want to just go up. That's 1, 2, 3. This is where we're going to use this. So then we're putting blocks like this, and this, and that's where these other two. And now it's time for trap. So one goes on the bottom of this bed. Then we get trapdoors bottom. These. And this part I'm actually going to follow because it's important, the placement, to get the right heights for the spots that we're doing. Okay, so it's like that. Then we need ones at the foot of the bed. Just take it over to... Need to come over here anyway because I need to get more wood because I need more trap. The village is like zombie bait. Don't see any other ones. Should be okay. Back to the doors. And then from these doors, it's 2 blocks up. This is where we get our trapdoors. But I think I have some in here. If not, I'll have to get some sand and cook it up. Yeah. So we're doing 2 blocks here, and then glass goes here, and the trapdoor goes. Oh, yeah, okay. And then more trapdoors. Then I get ones on this side. Good. So since we're doing the villager breeder version. It's 3 blocks up there. Oh no, not trapdoor. I'm gonna need the slab that I'm gonna use for our water. This part I can kind of remember. Excellent. So then I just need to fill this in. And we will throw this all up. This is where our farmer is going to reside. Farmland is good. So what I'm going to do, need a few more torches. Put torches on the corners. I'm forgetting farmland is lower. No, so I guess I can't put torches. I'm going to frame this out. I'm just going to put the rest of the way around. We'll fix them when I get back to them. Back to bed. Put things in. So I won't need these two trapdoors because we're going to have glass there instead. So starting here. Then I need to make those. I remembered. There we go. Good time. Oh, water came down from up there. Rude. Wasn't even talking to you. That'd be funny, I think. They're in. We'll get some lights. Please tell me I have too close. Crap. I don't have to run back all the way up. They might have some in the chest. There it is. I'm actually gonna put. No, I don't need. I'm gonna put torches up on top here. No, let's do glows. I have it. Make it a little pretty. If I were to bring up my light overlay, you can see everything inside here is nice and bright because that glowstone. So I do not have to worry about anything spawning up in here. Plus, there's plenty of light for the potatoes to grow. Now all I have to do is worry about this transition area. I don't have a bell. I'm going to just put this here. I might come in and put it one in. Now I'm going to get back up here. I need to worry about getting villagers up here now. So what I think I'm going to do... I'm going to do... put a bed there. And I'll break my bed. Problem is, we just started. No, it's almost bedtime. So I'm going to break this bed. And then in a little bit, when it is bedtime, I'll bring this guy over here. I will break this out. And he has a stairway up there to get to that bed. And that's going to be the only bed in the area, so he's going to be like, oh, that's my bed, I get it. And then he'll run up there. But I'm going to wait until it's time for him to get into bed. Almost time for the sun to set. Four o'clock in game. in this setting. Where are you going? There's a bed up there. Where you go? Where are you going? Oh, maybe you weren't able to get up there, so you didn't see that. See this one now? Good deal. I'll have to fix his crap shoot there. But I'll do that. But he is safely put away. So now I can get rid of this dirt. And the next goal is to get 3 of them in here. So let's go down here. 3. The other ones. I don't know if we'll be able to get all 3 of these tonight. Might have to do another day. Sleep. I think I might need to pull this. Are you able to see those? Too tall. He's in a bed. I think he went and got straight into bed. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted. One last one to go. Ooh, lots of stuff spawning down there, and we need to light that area up. But I don't want to light it up yet because I still need to get a zombie up here. So eventually I'm going to bring one down from up there. Okay, he's gonna run right in. Good job. No, it's not where you're supposed to stay. Get down in there with your buddies. Get into bed. Okay. So now, if I put this here, close this down, bring this up, and I break out dirt. They should be safely ensconced. So in theory, they're all in beds, and that dude up there is able to harvest the food. He's able to see them. He'll throw food down to them, and so once I give them extra beds, they'll start with the breeding. So let's get down here and clear these mobs out. And then we're gonna go and sleep. So. So. Okay, we're getting there. Almost done with this section. Take all this down because I'm done with it. The next part is to get our beds for the villagers to know that they can make more babies. So that is like that. That's why I did these different color, because these are significant. Represent something different. So these beds are just there so that when these villagers have food, they'll see these beds and be like, oh, I need more villagers because I have more beds to supply. See if I need to do anything with beds. Yeah, that's what I thought. So actually, we'll leave the blocks underneath. I don't think they're necessary, but I think they'll look better. And we do need trapdoors on here. Because basically, the baby villagers, when they bring in, They're like, oh, that's my bed. They see these trapdoors that like they can walk across, and then they walk across and they fall down into the water, and they'll come down here. So let's grab some more potatoes. A stack and a half. That's fine. Should be plenty for what I need to do. For the moment. I'm gonna need to make a lot more of them, I think. Or just wait the time for the farmer to do it. But we need to do... First of all, I need to fix this. I will forget, and then it's going to drive me crazy. Should have kept the hoe I had earlier instead of throwing it away. Okay, so... now he has extra potatoes, which means eventually he'll go and give them to those guys. And then, in theory, in a little while, I should see baby villagers coming out here. And if I didn't, then I did something wrong, which is a possibility. I'm certainly far from perfect. Trying to think of where the last spot. We don't actually watch the video to see where I need to put it. Getting the placement for where the zombie thing is always kind of... You want to make it sure it's exactly right. Okay, so off of this one here, like this, and like this, and then this one goes away. And then our trapdoors go like this, 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 and then one goes on the bottom. And then we're going to want to do temporarily put two there. Because basically we're going to come in. When nighttime comes around again, we're gonna get a zombie on us. We're gonna come stand on this side and open these doors up so that he's trying to come and get us, and he walks across there. I think that we should put in some temporary blocks on this side, so he doesn't try to pathfind to the villagers. I don't think these are strictly necessary, but I think it'll make my life. So all we need to do is get a zombie that will not despawn. So I got to give him an item to make sure he doesn't despawn. And I need to put a half slab. I'm gonna put it here. That should give him space to walk in there, right? Yeah. Okay. Now my next job is to find a zombie that will hold something so that he doesn't fall, so he doesn't die. I like to get a hat. The reason I like to do a hat is because that makes it so that it'll block the sun if somehow that block is not. But I have a pair of chainmail boots. Let's use that. Now I just have to wait for nighttime again, which is fine because it's almost nighttime. I'll go down here. I'll take out everything but zombies, and then the zombie that takes the chainmail will be the winner, and we'll bring him up, drop him in there. And then we can remove all our temporary blocks, and it should start making golems right away. And then all I have to do is work on the capture point at the bottom. You don't like these shoes, do you? All right, bud, you gotta go. Do you like my shoes? Like a twisted version of Cinderella. No, you don't. You don't like the shoes either. There are no more zombies spawning. You're not a zombie either. Great, I'm out of arrows. Oh, there's a baby zombie. I want a baby though. First of all, they're too fast. They annoy me. And I'm not sure if their hitbox is the same. Oh, make it. I got like everything spawning except for zombies. Oh, that's a good one. Pretty sure the dude in full armor will pick up armor. Come on, when do you guys pick this stuff up? The other option I could do is use a name tag, but I only have a couple of name tags, and I don't really want to waste it on this zombie. If the zombie picks up an item, he won't despawn. These zombies don't avoid them. I can't tell if the gold one is because the gold armor is better than the chainmail or not, so I'm not going to risk it. Literally everything. I got a spider jockey before I got a zombie though. I got a spider with potions. Come on. Are you the one? See more zombies out there. At least there's that. Oh, he doesn't pick up either. Jeez. Unbelievable. Well, there's definitely ones there that'll pick stuff up since they picked up my stuff. Oh, you picked up my sword. I had my boots on, but you picked up my sword too. Ah, I should shoot the creeper. Cool. Found one that put the boots on. All right, buddy, follow me. Oh no. That golem's gonna kill him too. No! You weren't supposed to do that! At least I know the farm was built right, since, you know, working. Uh... Well, it's almost morning. I don't know that I'm going to get another zombie today. Or it is morning. What I need to do is make it so that the zombie thinks he can get through there, but he can't. I think that'll make it so that he hits his head there. Falls straight down. Alright, well, I'll go do some digging until nightfall again and try to get another zombie. Actually, I think I'm going to take a quick break, because I've been going for a while. So I will be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. So at least we know it worked. We had a successful golem spawn when that zombie was up there and looked at those villagers. So if we get him trapped in his little chamber, we'll have golems spawning, which is great news. I am excited. It's almost time for night again. O'clock in game. Just a little bit longer and night will fall. We can look for some more zombies. Should get myself ready to have some extra arrows because that is what cost me my death last night. And I have a box full of arrows in here. So, we're set. It was just a silly death. I could have easily gotten away from it and then probably would have been better off. Because several of those zombies picked items up, so I could have definitely gotten one to pick up boots. Because several of them picked up my gear when I died. Alright, 6 o'clock now, so the sun will set in 30 minutes. One thing I am going to do is start lighting up the rim up here so I don't have stuff spawning and then jumping down into a pit. I haven't done it a little bit, but That one already. Oh, of course I set him on fire immediately. Fine. I don't need him to be perfect health. Follow me. All right, he picked up bamboo too. Kind of like that. Go ahead and try to beat the villagers with the bamboo. Hopefully this door will do what I wanted it to do and make him fall down. Nope. You don't want to pick anything up. Okay, well, they'll work their ways up around again. Think about the best way to make them fall in there. Like, it's... Maybe that'll be better. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of mobs. The skeletons are taking out all my zombies. Try this again. He's not picking. He doesn't. No. Where are you? You didn't pick anything up. Fell down in, but I don't think he picked anything up. At least I know that this is going to work. Alright, let's try to go grab another one. You are perfect. You picked up all my stuff. Follow me up here. Beautiful. Oh, did you fall off? No, you're there. Oh. You would work too, because you picked up an arrow. Beautiful. Okay. So, that falls down. This one gets closed. There's the golem already. So that slab above his head will keep him from getting affected by the sun. Okay. And then if we look at his hitboxes, he can definitely see the villagers, and the villagers can see him. Which is good. And then we'll come down here, we'll grab all this stuff. Light up this area now. Just gonna spam some torches. I'll do some proper lighting later. So the next thing we need to do is worry about taking care of the golems properly here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now we need some water. Perfect. Another bit of water. All right, now all I need to do is get some lava put in there, and then we'll be set. The easiest way for me to get lava is just go down into the mine. Where's the lava pool that was up here that I didn't get rid of it entirely? There's lava here too, but I got rid of all of that. Of course, when I want lava, it's nowhere to be found. Hot stuff. Weird that that's the first time I got that achievement. Must not have had a prerequisite for it. Definitely not the first time I got lava in a bucket. At least I don't think so. That's possible. Every other time I've been putting water down and digging up the obsidian. Maybe. Guess I could look at my statistics if I were really. Cool. Got another golem already spawned. And get in there properly. There we go. So now the next thing to do, make some hoppers. And some chests. There's some chests. Iron. So I'm just gonna do. We'll do chest right here. Now we'll do this. We're gonna end up with villagers stocking up in here until we sort out that portion of it. But this will keep the iron going in. And So our poppy farm is working. It should be going to this chip. It's another hopper. So we have some more stuff to do with this because we have to do. I'm gonna use auto crafting to make it so it crafts it into blocks, and then to do like bulk storage. But and then we can feed the poppies off to a bone meal system because I don't really need the poppies. I mean, I might put like a chest there, and then keep that many, and then that's it. But for now, I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 double chests going. That'll be fine. We can just let that go for the time being. For this. There we go. Everything should be good. So now, this should run all the time. Last thing I'm going to work on is, because it's bugging me, just don't like those water drops. I think it's going to be annoying either way if I build up scaffolding to be able to place these properly, or if I just pop and place them all. I'm just going to keep going. That is the iron farm done. Once we get enough potatoes up there, we're also going to get villagers from it. I'm going to have to work out the system for diverting the villagers to somewhere else. But for now, they'll just kind of collect up in there. Oh. That could have been much worse. For the villager breeding, what I was saying is that we have to get to the point where that villager that's in the farm has 12 stacks of potatoes in his pockets. So I only gave him a stack and a half. He has to keep harvesting potatoes and picking them up until he has enough that he feels like he can share food. And then once he does, the villagers he's giving it to have to have enough food that they feel like they have an excess amount of food, and I forget what number that is. And then once they do, they already have the beds there. They'll make baby villagers, and at the end there where the hoppers are, I will make another path of water that diverts the baby villagers somewhere else. This is working pretty good. So now while I finish digging this area out and working in the area around it, this farm will just constantly be running. It'll also be running when I'm not here because this is chunk loaded, because it's spawn chunks. So we now have iron just infinitely being farmed forever. We're looking on, check in on the farmer villager, see what he's. I don't want to get like in there because I want him. I want to watch what he's doing. But he's over there. He's talking to the other villagers. But it looks like he's still looking to get more food. It's our first successful automatic farm in this world. Pretty happy with that. And we let this run for a while. We'll be able to get enough iron to do a proper storeroom, which is really, really important. I think me being up there is affecting this because that zombie's looking at me instead of looking at the villagers. Which is no bueno. Yeah, as soon as I came back down here, started working again. So I think I was correct on that. I love how simple iron farming is now. Like, you can just let this run and it's good. Like, it was a little bit difficult to learn how to build this and to build it properly. But once you know how to do it, it's not super difficult. And it doesn't require a lot of resources. I didn't need any redstone. I didn't need any iron to make this work. So like I literally have built worlds where like I come into the world, I dig out a pit and I build this farm. And then I have like infinite iron. And because it has the villager breeding aspect in it too, then I get infinite villagers. I trade all the iron to the villagers to get emeralds, and then I unlock all their trades. And like, you know, you can enter a world, not ever actually leave the single spawn chunks that you load into and become super OP. Back in the day, like, iron farms were like very, very kind of almost like late game stuff because you had to have so much to start it. You had to deal with placing the doors in the correct order, and if you didn't, you'd break it. And we didn't have any mods to show us how to do that. Back in my day. I'm just amazed with where things are. And, you know, I'm happy for it. I think that's great. I think it should be more accessible. back then it was like very few people could play on a server that has an iron farm. Now it's more than likely that somebody's going to build one when you play on a SMP server. Because, you know, that took minimal effort and skill from me. And it took 2 hours to build. And that was because I was kind of derping around a lot. I think in the next episode, I might work on... Might do more villager trading. Might work on doing some automation for this farm. Might work on an Enderman farm. Or I might work on a slime farm. Those are my options. So if you've watched the whole way through till now, leave me a comment on which thing you think would be more fun to watch next. Enderman farm, slime farm, villager trading, storage room. Or just more advanced features on this. Because there's still a lot to do here. The important aspects of this farm are that there's nowhere that the golems can spawn below or above. So I didn't really talk about while I was putting it down because it's not, you know, I didn't really design the thing. I'm just copying off of what other people have done. But I have like trapdoors that are on top of blocks up there. That's because they prevent anybody from spawning on top. And I'm not so much worried about mob spawning up there because the glowstone that I put lights that whole area up just fine. There's no hostile mobs that are going to spawn up there. But the golems can spawn on top of those blocks. So if the golems spawn up on top of the farm, then they won't walk into the water, which means they won't go down into the lava. Which means they won't get turned into iron, which means you won't get more golem, and the farm will not work. We're already up to a stack, almost. Oh, we are up to a stack. That's crazy. I don't know why I made so many slabs. But that's built. I'm gonna dig out the rest of this. Maybe I'll work on that for a little bit for right now. At least put this box up here. 6 a.m. That's a successful insomnia stream when you stop streaming when the sun comes up. Fortunately, I have the day off today. I have a lot of house stuff to do. I'm getting ready for my trip this week. I have a business trip going back to the East Coast for basically through till Easter. So I have to get things ready around here. I have to also get my stuff ready to be packed before I leave. I need to do some meal prep stuff, both for the couple of days that I'm going to be in town, and then I want to prep what I'm taking with me because I am driving, and I do not want to be stopping at like roadside. I'm doing pretty good with my new meal planning, diet, exercise. And I feel good, and I do not want to spend a whole week eating gas station hot dogs and stuff. So I have to figure that out tomorrow. And I'd like to spend a little bit more time with Gunneth before I go. We spend most days together, so 5 days apart is a bit, but we'll be. I'll have my gaming stuff with me, so I'll be able to at least get into gaming chats. Yeah. And it's just for the 5 days. I think eventually it's going to end up being I do like a 4 to 5 day trip every other month for a little while because that's how work is going. You know, maybe we'll get to the point where she'll be able to take some time off when I do some of those trips and go with me. That would make them much more enjoyable. But we shall see. Only time will tell. I'm excited about moving in when I get back home. After this business trip, I will be focusing fully on packing stuff up here at this place, starting to move over to the new one. And I have to remember tomorrow I need to look up my lease information here, so I can see how I'm supposed to give notice that I'm ending it. I mean, technically, I only signed a lease till June, so if I don't extend it, then I'm not legally obliged to anything. But I want to give them notice so they can start looking for a new tenant. They're good landlords. I don't think they'll have trouble. This is a very nice apartment. I lucked out with it. But it's time to move on to the next step of our journey together. I'm pretty excited about it. Gunneth is officially the longest relationship I've ever been in. And we're both very happy. At least I know I am very happy. And I think she is. Says she is. It could be a long con. She turned me into a pickle. sure there will be other things that come up that I want to do in the spawn chunk. And I might want to like do a more advanced version of this farm. But basically, what the idea is with the this farm is the villagers there with the beds. They can't have any other villages that are too close to them. And I have to look up the exact numbers. I'm not going to say them because I'll probably be off. I think it's something like 50 blocks away. You can put another one of these things. And so the farms can kind of almost overlap because we're talking about the beds from the village have to be at least 50 blocks apart from each other. Let's say it's 50, just to guess. I don't know exactly. It's something like that. But then you can fit multiple farms like this in the same area. And I might do that. Fill the entire spawn chunks. Excuse me. Well, it's early in the morning because I am very tired. You can fill the entire spawn chunks with these farms stacked. And so like you saw, that took like 5 minutes to give me a stack of iron. Let's say I had 20 of those farms. That means I would get 20 stacks in a minute, and that would be 20 stacks in 5 minutes, so that would be 4 stacks of iron per minute, which would be kind of ridiculous. I don't know that I'll go to that extreme, excuse me, early on, because I don't need that much. But when I get to the point where I'm doing like flying machines and stuff, because I want to use some world eaters to create perimeters and things like that, I'll need lots and lots of pistons. I'm going to need lots and lots of hoppers for the storage room. So this is already pretty fast, and it also has the power of the fact that it runs constantly. So, you know, every day I put into this world, every hour of playtime, I'm getting more and more iron. Pretty powerful farm. Especially because I can then get villagers from it, and I can set up a bunch of iron trades, and then I can, this can be an emerald farm as well, because I can sit there and trade the iron away for days. I also kind of want to bring the shulkers here so I can build a shulker farm here at spawn. I've built shulker farms before. I usually build them in the end. I would like to bring them through here to the overworld. Because the other thing I could do with that, and I've never done this before, but I kind of understand the concept, is setting up a mob. Whoa, look at that! Zombie horde! I knew the zombie horde mechanic was a thing, but I've never actually seen it spawn before, and now this is the second time it's happened. I'll have to look into the mechanics of that. Gotta be a way to, like, utilize that to our advantage. Zombie horde defeat. They made so many changes to zombies over the years. I think the most important one was the update, I remember, where they changed it so that zombies call out to each other. So basically, it used to be that, like, if a zombie saw you, it would come and find you. And that was it. But now, the zombies, when they are under attack, kind of send out like a broadcast to other zombies. So you can have zombies that spawn a couple hundred blocks away from you, and they're going to make their way towards you because they heard the zombie being angry. And then they added in that zombie horde mechanic where you get like a massive amount of zombies that spawn in. I think that only happens when you have this situation where you have villagers being panicked. And that it must not be, because it happened here one time before. And now we got another stack in it. Almost another stack in there. Assuming these are flowing down right. I don't understand why some of them are going in there and some of them are not. They should go down. The hoppers are not behaving the way I expect them to. I'll have to do some testing with that too. That might have changed. My understanding of it before was when you had hoppers like this. Oh, I got zombies inside there. That must have been from the horde spawning. They can't spawn up in that area, can they? I don't want to come in here and find my villagers turned into zombie villagers. Yeah, I'm not sure why. So what I was saying is, my understanding of it is that, like, when there's a hopper below it, unless the hopper's locked, the items in that hopper will move down into this one. And so they should go all the way to the bottom before they go over. But I keep getting stuff in this first chest. Maybe it's feeding it faster than this one can pull it out? That doesn't make a lot of sense. It basically just should not be doing the thing that it's doing. So I'll have to do some testing on it, because that could really mess up a storage room too. Because if I'm counting on the stuff going to the bottom of a stack of hoppers, and it doesn't, you want to be a bad time. Alright, let's finish off this last patch. Get a few hours before I get up. At least it's Sunday. I can sleep in. Normal days I'd be getting up at like 7, which is not long from now. If I want to, I can sleep in all the way till noon. I won't. I'll probably get up at like 9 a.m. It's because I got stuff to do today. Top of all my life stuff I was talking about, I also have gaming stuff I want to do. I have finished one more episode in my Castaway Creations series. It is all about food supplies on my survival island. But I'm also like 80% of the way through another one where I am working with Create finally. And I'm hoping to have both of them finished and edited before I leave, because I'm trying to make that series a weekly series. That would put me on track for when I come back, I can do it. So this week I'll probably be doing another stream later tonight. Me and Gunneth had talked about doing another fog stream at 7, like we have been doing on Sunday. And then tomorrow, still want to come up with a name for the Monday thing, but we were throwing around ideas. I think one of them was Mix Up Monday, where I just pick different games to play. And then Turbo Tuesday we're going to do this week again. And then I will be out of town from Wednesday until after Easter. But I should be home before the next Monday. At the very least, I will definitely be back before Tuesday. Then I will resume my normal streaming schedule. I'll keep it updated on the Twitch schedule. That's where I usually keep that up. Still working out the best way to put up, communicate about when I'm doing stuff and all that. I'll get there. The only other thing I could think of that might be messing that hopper up is the fact that I have another hopper leading into it. And it wouldn't be difficult for me to add more hoppers to separate them so that there's not a chain feeding into a chain. But it's not that big of a deal either. Eventually I'm going to switch that to an auto crafting system that takes the ingots and crafts them into, well, first it'll sort the poppies, store a little bit, and then the excess will get turned to bone meal, and then it'll take the ingots, feed them into an auto crafter, which will craft them into iron block. I'm not too fussed about it, but I do want to understand what's different about it. So let's check this out. Yeah, so I got 2 iron that went in there. Let's do... So instead of having this hopper feed into there, let's have this like this. Then I'll put a hopper here. This hopper can feed into there. And then we'll go like this. That means that those 3 hoppers should go... I guess I should make 3 more chests with 3 more hoppers. It should be that wherever that iron ends up in any of those 3 hoppers, it will get into this as fast as possible. It's the kind of thing where, like, I'm not worrying about the hoppers anymore because I have the ability to craft as many of them as I need. Thanks to our iron farm. So the footprint of this was a little bigger. Excuse me, but then the one chunk, it's like 1 3/4 chunks total, because it goes a quarter into this chunk, quarter into that chunk, and then a little piece of that chunk. So I think you could make it a little smaller if you wanted to, though. I think I went too big on the platform. Okay, I'm gonna keep yawning if I stay up any longer. So I'm gonna call it a night, and we will see you in the next one. We already have a few stacks of iron, so we're good to go. We'll get some more of that later, and we'll work on the next project next time. Like I said, if you made it this far, let me know what you want to see me do. I can work on an Enderman farm. I can work on a storage room. I can work on a slime farm. What else is on my list? Villager farm, Enderman farm, slime farm, storage room, and maybe a raid farm. I've never made a raid farm. I know they're super OP. They could be fun. Now let's check off the iron farm. I'm gonna move it down to the iron farm mark. Gonna be doing upgrades to it. So, okay, enough rambling from me. We're at day 208. 42 more days till we hit our day 250. But I'm gonna do a recap episode for this series. So watch out for that. But for now, I'm gonna call it a day. I hope you enjoyed watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.